Kindly take your seat. A very warm good afternoon to one and all present here in this august gathering today. I, Dr. Priyanka Vashne, Assistant Professor, Lady Irwin College, feel blessed and privileged of having been given this responsibility of doing comparing today, and I take this opportunity to welcome you all in this inaugural program of Faculty Induction Program conceptualized by the University of Delhi, that is NEP 2020, Pedagogical Imperatives for Higher Education. Emerging from the vision of National Education Policy 2020, that is NEP 2020, this faculty induction program is unique, creative, and dynamic in nature. Let's begin the inaugural program with the Kulgeet of our university. We request Sargam Choir from the Faculty of Music and Fine Arts for the Kulgeet, and request you all to kindly stand for the University Kulgeet. Thank you.
सुंदर दिव्य दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय विहंगम श्रेष्ठ सुंदर दिव्य दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय विहंगम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम सकल वसुधा निज कुटुंब भावना संस्कृति सनातन आधुनिक शिक्षा पुरातन ज्ञान धाराओं का संगम देश की स्वाधीनता भूमिका शतकोटि वंदन निष्ठा धृति सत्यम के मंगल दिव्य भावों का समागम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम भव्य महाविद्यालयों के परिसरों से चिर सुशोभित श्रेष्ठ गुरुजन कर रहे नित छात्र और छात्राएं देश सदचरित्राचार पावन साधना संकल्प संयम प्रबल वैश्विक चेतना नव क्रांति संस्कारों का उद्गम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का आलोक श्रेष्ठ सुंदर दिव्य दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय विहंगम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम.
Thank you everyone. Kindly be seated. Continuing with the Bharatiya Parampara, we will start the program with lamp lighting and Saraswati Vandana. So I invite respected Chief Guest, Padma Vibhushan, Professor K. Kasturi Rangan Sir, Chair National Steering Committee for the National Curriculum Framework, former Chairperson ISRO and former Chairperson National Education Policy Committee. Our respected Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, our respected Dean of Colleges, Dean South Campus, Director School of Open Learning, Registrar University of Delhi, Dean Education and Dean Student Welfare to please come for the lamp lighting. We also request Sargam Choir for the Faculty of Music and Fine Arts for Saraswati Vandana.
Share शारदा श्वेतहंस विहारिणी मा श्वेतहंस विहारिणी मा मधुर वीणा धारिणी मा मधुर वीणा धारिणी मा आत्मज्योति प्रसारिणी मा आत्मज्योति प्रसारिणी मा मूर्ति मानव शोभिता शारदा वन्दे शारदा 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 शारदा शारदा
Thank you, Sargam Choir Group, for Saraswati Vandana. We request Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to kindly felicitate the chief guest of the day, Padma Vibhushan Adarniya Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan Sir, with sapling, shawl, university memento, and coffee book table. Thank you, sir. Now I invite respected Professor Pankaj Arora sir, Dean Education and Dean Student Welfare, to please share with us about the theme and key components of this innovative and progressive faculty induction program. Respected Professor Arora.
Good afternoon to one and all present in this hall at University of Delhi. Today, University of Delhi is privileged and blessed to have the galaxy of eminent personalities amongst us, which puts an indelible mark on the success of the event, conceptualized on the basic principle of providing quality education to all across all the levels of education, which has been envisioned by NEP 2020. As Dean Faculty of Education and on my personal behalf, I extend warm welcome to the chief guest for the day, Adarniya Dr. Kasturi Rangan ji. Dr. Rangan is an eminent scientist, astrophysicist with wide range and interest areas in space science applications, technologies, national and international science-related policies and legal regimes. Sir is a renowned scholar who steered the Indian space program as chairman of ISRO for more than a decade. Sir has chaired the Committee for National Education Policy 2020. Presently, Sir is chairperson for the National Steering Committee for developing the National Curriculum Framework. We all know it is the first education policy of 21st century, which aims to address many growing developing imperatives for the country. Dr. Rangan's expertise and his leadership undoubtedly played a crucial role in shaping the future of nation for the country where we are now heading. Thank you, sir, for your goodness and dedicated efforts in advancing the educational landscape from early childhood stage to the higher education level. It's an honor to welcome our own respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Yogesh Singh, who is 23rd Vice Chancellor of this century-old university. He assumed charge of Vice Chancellor in the year 2021. He is an academician par excellence, a decisive leader with a courage to dream big and bring change. A beloved educationist who has touched the lives of innumerable number of students as well as colleagues and peers. He has also taken charge as chairperson of NCTE and brought radical changes in the history of teacher education. The noticeable achievements are the implementation of integrated teacher education program in IITs, NITs, Regional Institute of Education, many central universities, state universities, and that is going to be the minimal qualification to become a school teacher by the year 2030. Friends, it's a matter of extreme honor that under his worthy guidance, the prospects of the pedagogical imperative for creating quality learning environments for all, capacity building program for teachers in higher education has been materialized. This program nurtures new talent and also contributes to the overall enhancement of academic community. His commitment to fostering a supportive environment for faculty development is truly commendable. NEP 2020 has mandated us to lay out several progressive reforms across the entire education system, starting from 3 years of age up to the age of 18 years at school level and then higher education. One such domain is pedagogical competency of teachers in higher education. This is a major paradigm shift in higher education that had been largely content-centric in approach till date. Despite various improvements in the status of academic profession, faculty motivation in terms of teaching, research, and service in higher education institutions remain and struggled for improvement and further guidance. Various factors that lie behind faculty motivation level must be addressed to ensure that each faculty member is happy, enthusiastic, engaged, and motivated towards advancing his or her students, institutions, and grow as a nation ultimately. The purpose of this program is primarily to emphasize the capacity of newly appointed faculty members which have been appointed in the recent past in University of Delhi's constituent colleges and departments. This program will prepare the college university teachers for designing their classroom processes, selecting reading material, and planning comprehensive assessment model. Pedagogy in higher education is a constantly developing art form, and that is transforming the knowledge from teacher to student, classroom to classroom, institution to institution, and platform to platform. Constructivism is the most important component of pedagogy. Pedagogical practices determine the learning experiences arranged for the learners, which is directly influencing the learning outcomes. Therefore, using appropriate pedagogy becomes essential for successfully completing the curriculum goal. Once again, I welcome the dignitaries, special invitees, faculties, one and all in this hall, and this is a great opportunity to listen to respected Kasturi Ranganji and Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Delhi. Side by side, I would like to express my gratitude to Professor Shri Prakash Singh Ji, who is chairperson for this committee and leading this program from the scratch. a small team of 3 faculty members from Department of Education, Professor Vandana Saxena, Professor Sandeep Kumar, and Dr. Subhash Chandra, are the instrumented people who have been working tirelessly since 2022 to make this pedagogical imperative at higher education a reality in University of Delhi. My best wishes to all the newly recruited teachers for an effective and joyful teaching learning environment in University of Delhi. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Though our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, needs no introduction, still I would like to briefly introduce him in front of the gathering. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, is the 23rd Vice Chancellor of this century-old university. He is an academician par excellence, a decisive leader with the courage to dream big and bring change. A beloved educationist who has touched the lives of innumerable number of students as well as his colleagues and peers. Leadership is not about oneself. It is about investing in the growth of others. A quote well expressed by, okay, thank you, sir.
नमस्ते, गुड आफ्टरनून. इसको सेट कर लो भाई. Respected Padma Vibhushan Dr. K. Kasturirangan, former chairperson ISRO and chief architect of the historic National Policy 2020, he is not only the chief architect of the policy, but also great and young son of Bharat. I welcome you, sir, in University of Delhi. I have used 2 words, great and young son of Bharat. Someone who can create is always young. That's why we get inspiration from him. Professor Balram Pani, Dean of Colleges, Professor Shri Prakash, Director, South Campus, Professor Payal Mago, Director, Campus of Open Learning, Professor Pankaj Arora, Dean, Faculty of Education, Dr. Vikas Gupta, Registrar of the University, Professor Rajni Abi, Proctor, distinguished guests, respected deans, head of the departments, very outstanding principals of different colleges, distinguished educationists, my faculty friends, officers and officials of University of Delhi, the newly recruited faculty members, good afternoon to all of you. मैं तो इतने सारे लोगों को देखकर दंग रह गया. ऐसा लगा कि 1.25 साल की जो मेहनत है, हम सबकी जो मेहनत है, उसका ये परिणाम है. कितना भव्य और विहंगम है. अच्छा, ये बताओ कि कितने लोग यहां पर ऐसे हैं जो खुश हैं? जरा हाथ खड़े करो. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. वो मैंने इसलिए पूछा कि जब समुद्र मंथन होता है तो आपको पता है उसमें से 2 चीजें निकलती हैं. एक, उसमें से अमृत निकलता है. तो अमृत तो बहुत सारे लोगों के हिस्से में आया. आपको उस अमृत की बहुत बहुत बधाई और बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं. दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की किस्मत अच्छी है कि आप जैसे टीचर्स उसको मिले जो 40 साल लेकर जाएंगे इसको आगे. राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति को भी इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे. ये आपका दायित्व है. तो उस अमृत को जो आपको अमृत काल में मिला, इसके लिए बहुत सारी बधाई, ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं. लेकिन देखिए, प्रकृति बड़ी विचित्र है. जब अमृत निकलता है तो विष भी निकलता है। वो जो विष है वो शेयर करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि निकलता तो है, और जब वो विष शेयर करेंगे किसी को ज्यादा मिल जाएगा तो वो मर जाएगा, इसलिए शेयरिंग बहुत जरूरी है। तो सारे विष को जो शेयर किया, मैं कॉलेजेस के प्रिंसिपल्स का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, चेयरपर्सन गवर्निंग बॉडीज का भी आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, ये मेरे जो साथी लोग बैठे हैं इनका भी आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट्स और डीन्स जो इस प्रोसेस में हमारे साथ रहे उन सबका भी आभार व्यक्त करता हूं कि आपके हिस्से थोड़ा थोड़ा विष जरूर आया। और बड़ा स्वाभाविक है, क्योंकि यदि आप शेयर नहीं करेंगे तो वाइस चांसलर के हिस्से सारा आ जाएगा, वो मर जाएगा। क्योंकि शरीर को विष पीने की सीमा है। आप सबने वो विष शेयर किया, इसके लिए आपका बहुत बहुत आभार। दूसरा आभार, जिन्होंने और विष सहा, पिया थोड़ा थोड़ा, उनके भी हिस्से आया, भारत की सरकार के हिस्से आया और हमारे शिक्षा मंत्री के भी हिस्से आया, उन सब का भी दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय की तरफ से बहुत बहुत आभार। ये प्रकृति ऐसे ही चलती है, क्योंकि जो सारा विष पी लेता है वो शंकर बन जाता है। हम में किसी में ताकत नहीं सारा पी जाए, इसलिए हम सब ने शेयर किया। एक बार पुनः आभार। When I was going through the number is now more than 3,500. It's a great achievement for any university. And also, we all know we have just completed 100 years of Delhi University, a premier institution of our country, and now you are permanently part of that university. Congratulations to all of you. Our nation has also completed 75 years of its independence, and you have joined this university in the Amrit Kal of Bharat. That's why your responsibility, our responsibility, is very different from the responsibility of our forefathers. This we should always remember. But you know, when it comes to University of Delhi, we have 5,200 vacant positions. I would not like to talk on NEP, वो तो NEP पे बोलेंगे साहब. I just want to share some of my thoughts. Now we have still 5,200, total 5,200 vacancies, out of which 3,500 have filled. Still 1,700 बची हुई हैं अभी भी. मैं प्रिंसिपल लोग जिनकी बची हुई हैं उनको भी मेंटली प्रिपेयर करता हूं कि आप थोड़ा विष पीने को तैयार रहें. शरीर थोड़ा थोड़ा पीना, धीरे धीरे आदत हो जाती है शरीर को. फिर किसी ने बहुत अच्छा कहा है, कई बार मैंने कोट किया कि डर मुझे भी लगा फासला देखकर, डर मुझे भी लगा फासला देखकर, लेकिन मैं बढ़ता ही गया रास्ता देखकर, खुद ब खुद मेरे नजदीक आती गई मेरी मंजिल, मेरा हौसला देखकर. ये जो हौसला है इसको बनाए रखना. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन and the quality of teachers in higher education system, I do believe that quality is not in number, quality is in the people. That's why when Professor Pankaj Arora, Professor Shri Prakash decided to have an interaction program, then I was very enthusiastic about it, that we should have an interaction program so that we should share our views and thought process with all the young teachers who have joined our university. Your contribution, your commitment, your dedication and your conduct will make this institution further better, and we will be able to achieve the targets of the university. Right now, we are implementing national education policy. There are a good number of challenges, but with the help of all of you, I am very hopeful that we will be able to achieve our designated targets. I am also thankful to Honorable Prime Minister of Bharat for introducing the path-breaking national education policy at the time when youthful nation is taking long strides to glory in this Amrit Kal. And Honorable Education Minister, Government of Bharat, for every support and guidance in implementing NEP and this historic massive recruitment of faculty members. I would also like to thank members of the Executive Council of the University, members of the Academic Council of the University and other statutory bodies. Without their support, this could not have been possible. So, My sincere thanks to all of them. My dear teachers, those who have recently joined and those who joined earlier, please think, why have you joined this profession? This question, as a teacher, you should ask many times in a month. Why have I joined this profession? You could have joined any other profession also, but you have joined teaching profession. Why? This why may be different for one teacher, may be different for other teacher. But in my opinion, teaching is the best profession on this earth. Teaching is the best profession on this earth. And university teaching is super best profession in this earth. Because when we say teaching, college teaching, university teaching, one bracket. Then school teaching, then preschool teaching. But in that spectrum also, this higher education is a right word. Higher education teaching is the super best profession. कितने लोग मानते हो इस बात को? बहुत बढ़िया. कई लोगों ने हाथ नहीं खड़े किए, शायद नहीं मानते होंगे, गलती से आ गए. कोई बात नहीं. But you know, if you got an opportunity to work in the public university, teaching is the super best profession in a public institution. Because there are public, private institutions, different type of institutions. But if you got an opportunity in a premier public university, तो कितनी बार super लगाऊं? Super best. And if you have got an opportunity to work in institution of eminence like University of Delhi, it may super best. But there are 5-6 institutions of eminence, and then I say, if you got an opportunity to work in University of Delhi, इससे अच्छा कुछ भी नहीं है. बहुत सारा super. It means what? You have decided to come in teaching and you are at the best place. May God bless you and always be with you. पर एक बात याद रखना, अगर 40 साल दुखी हुए ना, तो भगवान कहेगा आपको खुश रहना नहीं आता. मैंने आपको सब बेस्ट दिया, आप फिर भी रोते हो. आपको खुश रहना आता नहीं. कितने लोग सहमत हैं इससे? खुश रहना नहीं आता जो दुखी मिले. आप खुद अगर दुखी हो तो अपने से पूछना, दोस्त दुखी मिले तो उससे पूछना कि आपको खुश रहना आता नहीं, क्योंकि आपको बेस्ट वो दे चुका है. अब आपको दूसरों के लिए बेस्ट बनाना है, उसको दूसरों के लिए बनाना है, दूसरों की जिंदगी में चेंज लाना है. आपको आपका बेस्ट मिल चुका है. ये जिन के हाथ में विष आए ना, ये सब आप जैसे ही थे पहले. ठीक बात है ना? इस कारण से अगले 40 साल आपको खुश रहना है और लोगों को खुश रखना है. टीचर तो देने वाला होता है. देना क्या? संस्कार, संस्कृति, पढ़ाई, खुशी, पॉजिटिविटी, क्रिएटिविटी, ओरिजिनलिटी देने वाला. इसीलिए ये सबसे अच्छा प्रोफेशन है कि देने का काम करता है, लेने का काम नहीं करता. टीचर केवल देता है, लेता नहीं है. और रोता बिल्कुल नहीं है. आप रोने वाले मत बनना, रोने वाले मत बनना, ये प्रॉमिस लूंगा आज मैं. और उसके बाद नारे लगाते हुए तो बिल्कुल मत बनना. नारे लगाते हुए टीचर अच्छे नहीं लगते, और दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के तो बिल्कुल अच्छे नहीं लगते. भगवान कहेगा इनको सब कुछ दिया फिर भी. इसीलिए आई फील दैट टीचर एक्टिविज्म इन 21st century नीड्स टू बी रीडिफाइंड एंड रिकॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड. ये 18वीं 19वीं सदी की जो परंपरा है, मेरी आपसे हाथ जोड़ के रिक्वेस्ट है, इसको चेंज करो, बदलो. अच्छे नहीं लगते, समाज भी नहीं अच्छा मानता इसको. नहीं मानता समाज अच्छा. अगर किसी का दुख है, कष्ट है, उसके अलग तरीके हो सकते हैं. सोचो ना, आप इतने ब्राइट माइंड्स हो इस भारत के. आप अच्छा करोगे तो लोग फॉलो करेंगे. आप नारे लगाते हो तो दूसरी जगह भी फॉलो होता है वो. आप नई जिंदगी शुरू कर रहे हो, आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है, नए तरीके सोचो. विरोध करने के भी और तरीके हो सकते हैं, वो सोचो. इसलिए रोने वाले मत बनना, नारे लगाने वाले मत बनना, ठीक है ना? देखो कोई बोला नहीं यार, हाँ बोल दो। मैं आपसे कह रहा हूं कि मैं प्रॉमिस मांग रहा हूं, आप उसमें भी संकोच कर रहे हो। ठीक है? हाँ, नए तरीके सोचो। दिस इज व्हाट इज एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली एंड इट्स टीचिंग फ्रेटर्निटी। माई रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू, क्योंकि वाजपेयी जी ने बहुत अच्छी बात कही थी कि छोटे मन से कोई बड़ा नहीं होता, टूटे मन से कोई खड़ा नहीं होता, मन हारकर मैदान नहीं जीते जाते, ना ही मन हारकर मैदान जीते जाते हैं। तो मन को जीतने का काम आपका है। आपका कंडक्ट जो है वो लोगों को इंस्पायर करना चाहिए। आप करोगे तो यहां परमानेंट धरना स्टूडेंट्स का चलता है, उसके लिए आप भी जिम्मेदार हैं, मैं भी जिम्मेदार हूं। इसी कारण से इस माहौल को बदलने की जरूरत है। आज के दिन पे मैं ये जरूर कहना चाहूंगा, आपके पास बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। मैं एक घटना बताना चाहूंगा कि मैं दिल्ली में एक टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी है, दिल्ली टेक्नोलॉजिकल यूनिवर्सिटी, उसका वाइस चांसलर था। वहां पर कुछ स्टूडेंट्स मेरे पास मिलने आए और बड़े परेशान थे। उन्होंने कहा कि सर आप ना ये जो स्टूडेंट्स जो आप स्पीच देते हो तो बड़े गर्व से बताते हो कि हमारे एक बच्चे को 1.25 करोड़ का पैकेज मिला, एक को 1.5 करोड़ का पैकेज मिला, किसी को 70 लाख का मिला, किसी को 80 लाख का मिला। मैंने सोचा उनको मिला नहीं होगा, तो मैंने कहा तो क्या हो गया, अच्छी बात है ना, अच्छी बात बतानी चाहिए। कहते नहीं वो बात नहीं है सर, हमारे पेरेंट्स ना नाराज होते हैं, हमें डांटते हैं कि तेरे को तो केवल 50 लाख का मिला, तू पढ़ता नहीं है। दूसरे के पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं कि तुमको तो 45 मिला, तुमको 70 मिला। मैंने कहा बेटा तुमको 40, 45, 70 इनसे कोई खुशी नहीं होती? तुम फिर तो कहते नहीं हम तो सर खुश रहना चाहते हैं, हमारे माँ बाप नहीं खुश रहने देते। वो कहते हैं हम पढ़ते नहीं है, जब उसको मिल सकता था 1.5 करोड़ तो मुझे क्यों नहीं मिला? मैंने कहा अच्छा अपने पेरेंट्स को बुलाओ, उनसे बात करते हैं। खैर सबके पेरेंट्स तो कहाँ आने थे, 2-3 पेरेंट्स आए मेरे पास। तो मैंने उनको पूछा कि आप दुखी क्यों हैं कि बच्चे ने 40-45 लाख? कहते नहीं सर हम तो खुश हैं 45 लाख में, पर इससे ज्यादा दूसरा ले कैसे गया? मैंने कहा साहब फिर तो ये खुश रहेंगे नहीं, आप इन्हें खुश रहने नहीं दोगे। तो क्या कसूर उस बच्चे का है? नहीं है। क्या कसूर उस पेरेंट्स का है? वो भी नहीं है। वो हम आप नहीं तो ट्रेन करके भेजे हैं। जब वो यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ते थे तो उन्हें भी यही सिखाया गया, दूसरों के खुश से अगर आप खुश नहीं हो रहे हैं, और तो एक चिंता की बात है, अगर आप दूसरों की खुशी में दुखी हो रहे हैं तो क्या है, बहुत बड़ी चिंता की बात है। और ये जो बहुत बड़ी चिंता वाले जो ये जनसंख्या तैयार करी है, ये एजुकेशन सिस्टम का, आप लोगों का, मेरा काम है, हम जिम्मेदार हैं इसके लिए। वो माँ बाप नहीं है जिम्मेदार इसके लिए। उनको वही माहौल मिला, उन्होंने वही देखा और वही अपने बच्चों से एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं। उनके पेरेंट्स ने उनसे ही एक्सपेक्ट किया था, टीचर्स ने भी यही एक्सपेक्ट किया था। अगर नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ट्रू सेंस में इंप्लीमेंट करनी है, ये 4 साल और 3 साल के प्रोग्राम की बात नहीं है। दिस इज नॉट इवन फॉर मल्टीपल एंट्री मल्टीपल एग्जिट, दिस इज नॉट इवन फॉर स्किल डेवलपमेंट, so many things which we are doing it. This is about changing the mindset. एक अच्छा इंसान बनाना भी तो शिक्षा का काम है, पर वो हम तभी बना सकते हैं जब खुद अच्छे होंगे। पहले हमको खुद अच्छे बनने का प्रयास करना है, तो हम कर पाएंगे, मैं ऐसा मानता हूं। That's why my request to all teachers, please focus on academic accomplishments. Your action should be inspiring and encouraging to your students. Action speaks louder than words, ये तो ठीक है, लेकिन एक बात है कि जब आप बोलते हो उस बात पे टिको। मैं ये तो नहीं कहूंगा कि क्लास सबको लेनी चाहिए, मैं मानता हूं कि आप लेते ही होंगे। मैं ये भी मानता हूं कि जब प्रिंसिपल कॉलेज में चेक करते होंगे, उनको सारे कमरों में टीचर्स मिलते ही होंगे, मैं मानता हूं ऐसा। मैं ये भी मानता हूं कि सारे स्टूडेंट्स क्लासेस में होते ही होंगे। मैं ये भी मानता हूं कि यूनिवर्सिटी टीचिंग डिपार्टमेंट्स की लेबोरेटरी में जाओ तो सब काम करते मिलते ही होंगे। मैं ये सब मानता हूं, आप में से सब मानते हैं कि नहीं मानते मुझे नहीं पता, क्योंकि मैं इस भ्रम में रहना चाहता हूं। अब मुझे कई मेरे मित्र कहते हैं कि आपको ना कॉलेजेस में जाके क्लासेस चेक करनी चाहिए। मैं कहता हूं यार मेरा सुखद एहसास बने रहने दो, काहे को तुड़वाते हो इसको। मैं थोड़ा डायरेक्टली थोड़ा इनडायरेक्टली कह रहा हूं बात को, लेकिन ये बात नहीं है। क्लासेस में तो हम आपको पहुंचा ही देंगे, कोई खास किसी के लिए भी कोई खास बात नहीं है, पर अंदर तो आपने करना है। एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कर क्या सकता है? एक टीचर को मैक्सिमम क्लास के अंदर ले जा सकता है, लेकिन उसके अंदर जो स्टूडेंट्स के साथ उसका भाव है, भावना है, परिश्रम है, उसका थॉट प्रोसेस है, उसकी तैयारी है, वो कोई एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कुछ नहीं कर सकता। इसीलिए बोलते हैं कि टीचर्स आर इंस्टीट्यूशन इन देमसेल्व्स। आप अपने आप में एक इंस्टीट्यूशन है, आपको कोई धक्के से ले जा नहीं सकता। इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि ले जा नहीं सकते, ले जा तो सकते हैं, पर आपसे वो काम नहीं करा सकते जो एक्सपेक्टेड है आपसे। ये अंदर से आता है, तो आप इस बारे में जरूर सोचना। आप तो करते ही होगे, मैं मान रहा हूं, पर हमें पूरे माहौल को बदलने की जरूरत है, तभी बच्चे हमसे प्रभावित होंगे। अगर कोई कहता है मेरी क्लास में बच्चे नहीं आते ना, तो मानना कि आप में कुछ सुधार की जरूरत है। आजकल पिछले दिनों मैंने बहुत बार वसीम बरेलवी को कोट किया एक बात के लिए, क्योंकि बिकॉज इन द यूनिवर्सिटी सिस्टम वी फील दैट इफ वी हैव ए डिग्री वी हैव एवरीथिंग। तो ही हैज राइटली सेड कि डिग्रियां तो तालीम के खर्चे की रसीदें हैं साहेब, डिग्रियां तो तालीम के खर्चे की रसीदें हैं साहेब, इल्म तो वो है जो आपके किरदार से झलके। योर एजुकेशन, your degree is just a piece of paper. Your education should be seen in your behavior, seen in your conduct. And that's why, you know, this is the best profession of on the earth. And when we say the purpose of education, again, I have quoted many times, मेरे हिसाब से समझ की समझ को विकसित करना ही शिक्षा है। समझ की समझ को विकसित करना ही शिक्षा है। तो आप सब लोगों से मैं एक आशा रखता हूं, अपनी आंख बंद करके सोचो कि जिंदगी में कौन कौन से टीचर आपकी जिंदगी में आए। बहुत आए होंगे, उनमें सबसे अच्छा कौन था? सब लोग सोचो जरा, 1 मिनट आंख बंद करके, नहीं 10 सेकंड सोच लो, आना चाहिए। अगर 10 सेकंड में कोई नहीं आ रहा, ऐसा होगा नहीं, वैसे आएगा जरूर कोई ना कोई। तो वो आपको क्यों अच्छा लगता था? अच्छा पढ़ाता था क्या? अच्छा आपके साथ अपनापन रखते थे क्या? आप उन पे कन्फाइड कर सकते थे क्या? आपको वक्त देते थे क्या? आपको अच्छे क्यों लगते थे? वो जो गुण हैं उनको लिखो और कोशिश करो कि आपके अंदर वो गुण आए जो आपके बेस्ट टीचर आपकी जिंदगी में थे, तो इसका पर्पस सर्व होगा। Professor Pankaj Arora has organized this for induction program, and they will talk about teaching pedagogies. Now, right now, you know, in 21st century, many things have changed. This teaching pedagogy, now we have to think and rethink, how can we change this? Because whenever I interact with the students, they say, sir, classrooms are very boring. Classroom, we don't get anything in the classroom. This may be the, extended version of things. But still, we have to think about new ways of teaching so that students' attention is very important. If we are able to make student attention, then it means what? You are able to deliver to the students. क्योंकि आप जब क्लास में जा रहे हैं ना और आप बाहर निकले, आपको यदि एक फिल्म देखने का मजा नहीं आया ना, अच्छी फिल्म, तो समझ लो आपको मजा नहीं आया, तो इसका मतलब ये हो गया या तो आप गलत प्रोफेशन में आ गए या तैयारी करके नहीं आए उस दिन। पर चलिए, जिस दिन तैयारी करके भी गए और आपको खुद मजा नहीं आया, ये तो आप ही जान सकते हो ना, क्योंकि इस फिल्म के आप ही डायरेक्टर हो, आप ही प्रोड्यूसर हो और इस फिल्म के एक्टर भी आप खुद ही हो। ये फिल्म आप बना रहे हो, अपने लिए बना रहे हो और दूसरों के भले के लिए बना रहे हो। ये ध्यान रखना, क्योंकि ये दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय, वी एक्सपेक्ट दिस फ्रॉम आवर टीचर्स, and national education policy also expects this similar type of thing from the teachers. There are many new pedagogies which are coming up now. Experts will discuss. But one thing which inspires me is the flipped classroom concept and the project-based teaching. Flipped classroom concept means what? We are expected to give a 10 minutes video before 3-4 days to the students. They are expected to go through the video once, twice, thrice before coming to the class. And in the class, we start the discussion on the topic. They have the information. They may not be relate that information. They may not be able to understand and grasp many things. They may not be able to relate to the examples. This is our job. But the information we can give 2-3 days in the form of videos. This is one of the way of very effective teaching. You can design so many other ways of effective teaching. Please experiment. आप experiment नहीं करोगे तो कौन करेगा? Please experiment. I would like to quote Jack Welch. He was the former CEO of General Electric. He said, basically, teachers are expected to be born leaders. Teachers are expected to be born leaders. He said, before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. When you were made a leader, you were not given a crown. You were given the responsibility to bring out best in others. Now, please replace this word leader with a teacher. I just requote now. Requote Jack Welch. He said, now before you are a teacher, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a teacher, success is all about growing others. Others means your students. When you were made a teacher, you were not given a crown. You were given the responsibility to bring out best in others. Best in others. Please remember this. क्योंकि जिसके पास जो होता है ना वो देता है, जो खुश है वो खुशी बांटता है, जो दुख है वो दुख बांटता है, और जो परेशान है परेशानी बांटता है, जो रोता है वो रोना बांटता है. इसलिए अगर आपको ऐसा लगे तो अपने अंदर झांक के कोशिश करना कि अंदर का सिस्टम ठीक करेंगे तो बाहर आप वही दोगे जो आपके पास है. अगर आपको दूसरों को लीडर बनाना है तो आपको खुद भी तो लीडर बनना पड़ेगा. That's why role of teachers and teaching profession is very, very important. Charles Morris has rightly said, I am more afraid of an army of 100 sheep led by a lion than an army of 100 lions led by a sheep. आपका काम लॉयंस बनाने का काम है, बहुत बड़ा काम है. इसको सोचो, खुद लॉयन बनेंगे तो दूसरों को बनाएंगे. ये बहुत जरूरी है. और एक और बात मैं बहुत बार सोचता भी हूं कि कभी ये परेशान नहीं होना कि दूसरा क्या कह रहा है. ये मत सोच के परेशान होना कि कौन क्या कह रहा है, स्टूडेंट्स क्या कह रहे हैं, कलीग्स क्या कह रहे हैं, क्योंकि टीचर्स हमारे ऐसी फ्रेटर्निटी है जिससे प्रशंसा निकलवाना बड़ा मुश्किल काम है. एक दूसरे की प्रशंसा नहीं करते टीचर, बहुत कंजूसी करते हैं, बहुत कंजूसी करते हैं. उनको बहुत बहुत कष्ट आता है प्रशंसा करने में. इसलिए हमेशा याद रखना कि जो एयरक्राफ्ट है ना, उसकी लिफ्ट ही विरोध की हवाओं से जनरेट होती है. वो हमेशा अपोजिट ऑफ द विंड उसको एयरक्राफ्ट को चलाते हैं. तो लिफ्ट आसानी से जनरेट होती है. ओनली वन कंडीशन कि अपने इंजन नहीं बंद करने एयरक्राफ्ट ने. तो योर इंजन्स आर योर कमिटमेंट, हार्ड वर्क, डेडिकेशन एंड योर कमिटमेंट टू द कॉज. Please do that. These all opposition will help you to generate your lift in your life. Please remember this. And your success is not in statutes, ordinances, regulations and guidelines of the university. Although we prepare all, we respect all, we implement all, but I am saying your success is not in these ordinances, statutes, regulations, guidelines. But your success is what? Success is in your decisions, your conduct, your courage, compassion, kindness, and actions. That's why, my dear teachers, be a good person, good human being, and a good leader for your students. Last baat. Nelson Mandela, I would like to quote Nelson Mandela. He said, and it is written on the University of South Africa at the entrance gate. Our Dean Academics has given me this quote. She is here. I am very grateful to Dean Academics, Professor Ratnabali, who gave me this quote. Destroying any nation doesn't require the use of atomic bombs. It is written on the walls of South Africa, University of South Africa. Destroying any nation doesn't require the use of atomic bombs or use of long-range missiles. It only requires lowering the quality of education and allowing cheating in the examinations by the students. It only requires two things. Resultant effect will be patient die at the hands of such doctors, building collapses at the hands of such engineers, money is lost at the hands of such accountants and economists, humanity is lost at the hands of such scholars, and justice is lost at the hands of such judges. That's why collapse of education is the collapse of nation. And you are the epicenter of education system. That's why your responsibility is more than the responsibility of any person on this earth, because you are the epicenter. इसलिए आपकी जिम्मेदारी बहुत है. एक कहानी आजकल और कर उसको सुना के इतने सारे लोग हैं तो मेरे को टेम्पटेशन है, बात को खत्म करता हूं. देखो, एडवाइजेस भी किसकी कितनी माननी है ये आपकी समझ है. जब मैं बोलता हूं कि शिक्षा का मतलब है समझ की समझ को विकसित करना ही शिक्षा है, सारी एडवाइस मेरी भी मानने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. ये थोड़ी है कि मैं जो कह रहा हूं वो सही कह रहा हूं. सोचो, समझो, फिर करने की कोशिश करो. मैं 2011 में एमएस यूनिवर्सिटी बड़ौदा का वाइस चांसलर हुआ. तो वाइस चांसलर बनने से, ज्वाइन करने से पहले और अनाउंसमेंट के बाद मैंने सोचा कि कुछ सीनियर वाइस चांसलर से मिला जाए, समझा जाए. तो मैंने उनको कहा कि मैं एक सक्सेसफुल वाइस चांसलर होना चाहता हूं, तो क्या करूं, आप मुझे सलाह दें. 4-5 सीनियर वाइस चांसलर, रिटायर्ड वाइस चांसलर थे, कुछ एग्जिस्टिंग वाइस चांसलर थे. तो उन्होंने मुझको एडवाइस किया. कॉमन एडवाइस जो आई मेरे लिए वो आई कि अगर आप सक्सेसफुल वाइस चांसलर बनना चाहते हो तो 3 काम तो करना मत. एक तो रिक्रूटमेंट मत करना यूनिवर्सिटी में. नहीं, सही सलाह थी पर मैंने मानी नहीं. सलाह तो बिल्कुल सही थी. एक तो रिक्रूटमेंट मत करना, एक यूनिवर्सिटी में एक्सपेंशन मत करना, तीसरा कंस्ट्रक्शन मत करना. ये जो 3 काम है इनसे झंझट होता है, कंट्रोवर्सी होती है, परेशानी आती है. और ना, जब आप कंट्रोवर्सी में आते हो तो फिर आपको सक्सेसफुल वाइस चांसलर कैसे रहोगे, बड़ा मुश्किल होता है. मैंने सोचा कि फिर मैंने उनको पूछा कि करना क्या, भाई कुछ तो करना है. तो उन्होंने बताया कि करना क्या, करें क्या. कहते हैं क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन की बात करो, रिसर्च की बात करो, इनोवेशन की बात करो, क्रिएटिविटी की बात करो, और ऐसी सारी बात करो जिनके आउटपुट 10-15 साल से पहले नहीं आते. तो आपकी लाइफ बढ़िया चलेगी, आपकी लाइफ बढ़िया चलेगी. ये भी स्कूल ऑफ थॉट है, बहुत लोगों को अच्छा भी लगता होगा, क्योंकि झंझट तो होता है. पर मैं जो सारी, इसीलिए मैंने कहा, मैंने वो 3 एडवाइस पहली मानी नहीं. मैं जहां भी गया मैंने तीनों काम भी किए और दूसरे भी थोड़े थोड़े किए. पर एक बात तो है ना, इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूं, मैं जो बोल रहा हूं सारी बात आपको मानने की जरूरत नहीं है. जो ठीक लगे वो मान लेना, जो ना ठीक लगे वो मत मानना. लेकिन अपने स्टूडेंट्स के लिए अच्छे रहना. और जब आपके स्टूडेंट्स आंख बंद अपनी करें और कोई योगेश सिंह उनसे कहे कि आंख बंद करो, आपका अगर चेहरा उसकी निगाह में आ गया तो समझो आपका धरती पे आना साकार हो गया. ये टीचर और टीचिंग प्रोफेशन की ताकत है, व्यक्ति को बदलने की, व्यक्ति को दिशा दिखाने की, व्यक्ति को आगे बढ़ाने की, देश जैसे नागरिक चाहता है वैसे नागरिक बनाने की. आप सब इस काम में अच्छा करेंगे. 40 साल दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय में आप रहेंगे. भारत को विकसित होते भी आपने देखना है, भारत को संभालने का भी काम आपका है. जब भारत आज़ाद नहीं था तो दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय ने वहाँ भी योगदान किया. जो विकसित बन रहा है उसमें भी करेंगे, और उसको संभालने का काम भी आपका है. ऐसी पीढ़ी आप तैयार करेंगे, ऐसा मेरी आपको ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं. बहुत बहुत आभार.
Thank you so much, sir, for encouraging, motivating, and guiding us all with your visionary words. Most fortunately, today we have with us Padma Vibhushan Adarne Dr. K. Kasturirangan, sir. I would like to put his introduction in front of everyone. Sir is an astrophysicist. He completed his Bachelor of Science with honors and Masters of Science in Physics from Bombay University and received his doctorate in experimental high-energy astronomy in 1971 while working at the Physical Research Laboratory, Ahmedabad. Sir was with the Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, for over a period of nearly 35 years, including nearly 10 years as its chairman from 1994 to 2003. He worked in the design and development of early satellite systems of ISRO and played a key role in shaping of India's remote sensing satellite capabilities. He is currently Chancellor, Central University of Rajasthan, Chairman, Governing Board, Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, that is IUCAA, Pune. He is the member of Atomic Energy Commission, Emeritus Professor at National Institute of Advanced Studies, NIAS, Bangalore, member of Council and Trust, Raman Research Institute, that is RRI, Bangalore, and honorary distinguished advisor of ISRO. He was a nominated member Rajya Sabha from 2003 to 2009 and later member of the erstwhile Planning Commission from 2009 to 2014. Sir is a member of all the 4 National Science Academies of India and several international academies. He is a member of the International Astronomical Union and a fellow of the World Academy of Sciences, that is TWAS. He is an academician of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences, Vatican City, and honorary fellow of Cardiff University, UK. Dr. Kasturirangan is the only Indian to be conferred the honorary membership of the International Academy of Astronautics. He has won several awards, including Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award in 1983, 4th SIES Sri Chandrasekhar Saraswati National Eminence Award in 2001 from South Indian Education Society, Mumbai, Brock Medal in 2004, L&D ML Memorial Award in 2004, Theodore von Karmel Award in 2007, Basawa Shri Prashasti in 2020 from Shri Murugamat, Karnataka, from others. He has been conferred with the Rajyotsav Prashasti Award in 2014 from Government of Karnataka, the highest civilian honors, Padma Shri, in 1982, Padma Vibhushan in 1992, and Padma Vibhushan in 2000 by the President of India. An award of Officer of the Légion d'Honneur in 2002 by the President of French Republic, France. Respected sir, we invite you to please come and guide us all with your visionary words. Respected Professor, sir.
What do I say this evening after hearing your Vice Chancellor's extraordinary and inspirational speech, full of thoughtful ideas? Here we are to discuss the question of how do we create pedagogical requirements for translating the NEP 2020. But I think any pedagogical imperative, I feel after hearing your Vice Chancellor, should have an imperative which is pedagogical with respect to his speech and all the enunciated in the last half an hour. Extremely thoughtful, extremely pragmatic, and most inspirational. I think it caters to everybody in the audience in the context of everything. I would like to express my grateful thanks to the University of Delhi and its Vice Chancellor, Professor Yogesh Singh, for inviting me to be the chief guest for this historic event. In my view, only one of its kind that I am familiar with so far in the context of implementing a significant way, I want to say this in significant way, the provisions of NEP 2020 at the higher education level. I am sure this is the beginning of a new pathway which can be emulated across the country to transform the higher education, keeping the letter and spirit of NEP 2020 with its unique complexities and challenges arising out of the transformative character of the policy itself. More explicitly, the policy ensures the progress of the country socially, culturally, artistically, scientifically, technologically, and economically. It's crucial that higher education serves as a fountainhead for developing ideas and innovations that enlighten individuals. Higher education institutions must form the basis for knowledge creation and innovation in the country. This initiative of University of Delhi is both timely and appropriate with its rich legacy of being always responsive to the fast-changing character of society, calling for constant review of the strategy for ensuring a vibrant and dynamic knowledge system. One of the oldest institutions for higher education in the country, University of Delhi has completed more than 100 years of eventful service for excellence in education. With consistent and sustained engagement to this noble cause at the local, national, and global level today, it represents 91 constituent colleges with more than 4 lakh students providing education, research, and extension opportunities practically in every discipline of the contemporary knowledge spectrum. This initiative, Mr. Vice Chancellor, not only furthers its extraordinary past, but opens up new vistas in a world full of transformative outcomes, in which education has a central role to foster the all-round development of the learners. On this August occasion of the inaugural of the Faculty of Induction program, let me warmly congratulate you and your colleagues for this major milestone, providing the right roadmap for taking the NEP 2020 further to its next critical step. I would like to specifically compliment Professor Pankaj Arora and the team of 3 faculty members, Dr. Sandeep Kumar, Dr. Subhash Chandar, and Professor Vandana Saxena of the Department of Education for the laudable effort in creating the conceptual note on pedagogical imperatives in higher education. Further, I would like to congratulate the new faculty entrants who will benefit out of this initiative and whose future awaits very exciting and productive outcomes in being a part of the NEP 2020. I wish them the very best in their long and eventful career ahead in this noble profession. The NEP 2020 provides an integrated yet flexible approach to education and keeps the interconnectedness of the various phases of education in mind as it lays out an end-to-end educational roadmap for the country. The reality of education is that it is a seamless, continuous process from birth all throughout the life. Advances in developmental, cognitive, and educational psychology considerably influence our thinking about how we need to address the teaching learning processes of the students and to restructure school and higher education accordingly. The new 5+3+3+4 structure for school education is based on our better understanding of the scientific basis for the child's learning trajectory from birth to secondary school. The distinction between curricular, extracurricular, and co-curricular, as well as between arts, sciences, and vocational subjects are done away with, which is a major step towards making the education holistic. The NEP 2020 accounts for transformations at all levels and domains of education, thereby ensuring reforms in education as a continuum. The shift in school education, especially secondary education, will significantly impact higher education and vice versa. The learners coming from such a transformative ecosystem into higher education will be better equipped with early exposure to liberal education, which is central to the multidisciplinary and holisticity for the overall education which the policy emphasizes all through. The key pillars of a quality learning environment are the curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment. They are critical to enable an optimal learning environment. The NEP 2020 puts emphasis on these pillars to ensure holistic, multidisciplinary, and skill-based and value-based education across all HEIs. The transformational nature of NEP calls for the faculty to play a very seminal role covering several dimensions of education. The purpose and importance of a liberal arts education today is to enable students to explore the numerous remarkable relationships that exist between the sciences and the humanities, mathematics and arts, medicine and physics, etc., and more generally, to explore the surprising unity of all human fields of endeavor. Therefore, a comprehensive liberal arts education develops all capacities of human beings: intellectual, aesthetic, social, physical, emotional, and moral in an integrated manner. It enables one to truly develop both sides of the brain, both the creative and the artistic side and the analytic side. Hence, this kind of education develops the fundamental capacities of individuals on all aspects of being human and is aimed at developing good and complete human beings. Currently, there are about 1,000 universities and 48,000 colleges existing in the country. Of these, over 40% of the colleges run only a single program, and in fact, over 20% of them have enrollment below 100. Only 4% of colleges have enrollment over 3,000. Most of the smaller colleges hardly have any teaching faculty, and there is little or no education taking place, thus severely affecting the integrity of the higher education system in our country. The NEP 2020 proposes that higher educational institutions must be developed into vibrant communities of high-quality teaching, research, and service. These institutions will form a national learning and knowledge generation ecosystem with equitable access to all. There can be multiple benefits if this fragmentation is overcome by consolidating all the HEIs. It will enable resource utilization, increase the range and number of programs and disciplines, increase the number of faculty, and the ability to carry out high-quality multidisciplinary research. By moving towards a higher educational system consisting of large, that is no less than 3,000 students, multidisciplinary universities and colleges with at least one in or every district with more than one HEIs across the country will offer a medium of instruction or programs in local or Indian languages. The issues of quality, quantity, and equity can be addressed. Recognizing that the real world indeed demands a unified and integral application of all knowledge, the policy underscores the need to break any harmful silos between different areas of learning. The policy aims to enable each learner to deeply understand one or more of specialized areas of interest, while at the same time develop a holistic character, ethical and constitutional values, scientific temper, creativity, intellectual curiosity, and spirit of service. It's also envisaged to offer the student a range of disciplines spanning across all streams and domains, including professional, technical, and vocational subjects, and mold them into thoughtful, well-rounded, and creative individuals. The NEP 2020 has also envisaged several ways in which this can be achieved. For example, it requires the shaping of undergraduate education to be broad-based across natural sciences, social sciences, arts, humanities, and sports to suit a workplace of multidisciplinary world and ensure motivation for lifelong learning and embracing change. The implementing a holistic and multidisciplinary education requires embracing changes in all aspects, the curricular structure and contents, methods in pedagogy and andrology, the faculty capacities and methods of assessment, the institutional cultures and accreditation, the extent and quality of research, its focus and linkages with innovation. In recent years, an overwhelming wealth of capabilities and talents have been evident for the younger generation of this country. At the same time, the need to fill the gaps in the holistic learning and adequate institutional support has been daunting. At the systemic level, the University Grants Commission and All India Council of Technical Education has notified a vast array of guidelines, regulatory provisions, and enabling initiatives since the adoption of NEP, including the National Credit Framework, Internationalization of Higher Education, National Higher Education Qualification Framework, Academic Bank of Credits, and so on. And that integrates different modes and streams of learning. They can be game changers for improving the quality and access to our education. I'm sure that at some stage, with the coming into operation of the Higher Education Commission of India, these interventions will be appropriately reviewed for their self-consistency and completeness. If multidisciplinary learning has to be effective, multi-pronged actions are necessary in the learning process. In an environment permeated by technoculture and rapid advances in technologies and digitalization, there is tremendous thrust for diversifying and transforming learning methods and learner engagement. Project-based learning, experiential learning, and learning by doing have become extremely important, and their greater penetration into the learning process has become both urgent and indispensable. Integrating disciplines would mean that silos that currently exist between departments and the work environment wherein faculty engage with peers from only their respective discipline should cease. Instead, the faculty will have to engage and interact with colleagues from other disciplines and departments and exchange ideas, explore possibilities of research, and create new experiences for their students. The NEP reforms are directed towards curriculum and pedagogy moving away from rote learning of facts and mechanical procedures. Instead, they will help young people to prepare to be successful professionals in any field while being effective as an active citizen of a democracy. Therefore, along with the new curricula, it is imperative that the faculty innovate and develop new pedagogical approaches. Pedagogy of courses, 4 courses, should strive for significantly less rote learning, an increased emphasis on communication, discussion, and opportunities for cross-disciplinary and interdisciplinary thinking, a feature what today we characterize as the 21st century skills. There are 2 important directions which are essential to ensure multidisciplinary learning in institutions. Firstly, the silos of rigid disciplinary structures have to be broken and given room for matrix structures that facilitate multi and interdisciplinary collaborative arrangements of faculty and students. There should be abundant presence of thematic centers which should draw faculty from different departments to carry out projects, research initiatives, and even delivery of academic courses and programs. Secondly, the format of teaching learning evaluation plans developed by the faculty should be improved to include for each learning session the information on preparatory self-learning requirements by the students, the details of tools and learning resources used, assessment activities, and mapping of learning outcomes. Faculty can also effectively track students' progress using technological tools like modern learning management systems. Multidisciplinary learning by the learners can be enriched through opportunities for value-adding certifications on professional skills and the addition of micro-credentials. In the current system, there's a lack of autonomy all around. The lack of teacher autonomy has led to severe lack of faculty motivation, and scope for innovation. The lack of academic autonomy within the institution must be corrected, for which ensuring institutional autonomy at the systemic level is the first critical reform to be initiated. To ensure faculty members and institutional leaders innovate and explore in their teaching, research, and service, they must have the individual autonomy that allows them to do so. The system of affiliated colleges, which are required to follow a central syllabus, curriculum, pedagogy, and textbooks, makes it very difficult to provide teachers with such autonomy. In the same manner, most institutions and institutional leaders cannot take bold and innovative steps to enhance their educational offerings or research-related community outreach programs because they too do not have the academic, administrative, or financial autonomy to do so. The NEP has clearly stated that the institutional governance will be view-based on autonomy on all the aspects, that is academic, administrative, and financial. The NEP reforms in higher education strive to provide autonomy in the true sense. It should also be understood that an academic autonomy without the corresponding administrative and financial autonomy could be an impediment to the realization of good academic culture. True autonomy means the freedom to innovate, to compete, to cooperate, to govern more locally, to optimize resources given one's direct local knowledge of circumstances and opportunities, to break silos, and to excel, which NEP advocates as one of the significant transformations in the higher education. Such transformation will ensure that all institutions will be free to start and run novel and cutting-edge programs, develop innovative curricula, govern more locally, given local knowledge of circumstances and requirements, and set up optimal people and career management systems. Such a transition will also ensure that the current affiliation system will be phased out as the current affiliated colleges will develop into autonomous degree-oriented institutions with prospects for further upgrading themselves into the level of teaching-intensive higher education institutions or research-intensive higher education. As already mentioned, the most important factor in the success of higher education institutions is the quality and engagement of its faculty. One of the key objectives of the NEP 2020 is to empower faculty with high competence and deep commitment, energized for excellence in teaching and research. It's important to ensure that each faculty member is happy, enthusiastic, engaged, and motivated towards advancing their students and institutions and professional goals. NEP recommends a series of initiatives to achieve the best motivated and capable faculties in all HEIs. When curriculum and pedagogy moves away from solely rote learning of facts and mechanical procedures, the examination system in higher education will also have to recast. Evaluation will have to be guided by curricular objectives and overarching educational goals. The transitioning from assessment of learning based on memory and recall to an era of assessment for learning, which is not judgmental and helps in planning the next stages of learning, is a big shift. The faculty will be supported to achieve these transformations as there will be a paradigm shift required, but they must be open and ready to adopt it. To ensure high-quality research and knowledge generation from higher education, it is critical to have faculty the freedom to design their own curricular and pedagogical approaches, including choice of books and reading material sections, assignments, and assessments within a larger accepted framework. Empowering the faculty to conduct innovative teaching, research, and service as they see is best will be a key motivator and enabler for them to do truly outstanding and creative work. Integrating research and exploration as an instrument of learning has become an inevitable need to achieve the outcome and quality goals. Mandating the research publication as an outcome requirement for a few courses and introducing peer review processes prior to acceptance needs to be implemented on a wider scale. creating an ecosystem for entrepreneurial culture and entrepreneurial activities by the student has become extremely important. Systematic training, mentoring for developing skills and qualities for entrepreneurial roles should be given greater attention. Research integrated curriculum is the need of the hour. For this, the engagement of the faculty in research and also including the student in the research-related activities assumes paramount importance. Considering the role of faculty to be seminal, they should also be able to design and deliver curricula and contact learning processes with a sound understanding of outcome-based education. They should also be able to provide necessary mentoring support for experiential learning and self-learning by the learners. Effective mentoring by the faculty presupposes an up-to-date knowledge and skills to guide the students for acquiring their main degrees as well as micro-credentials and life skills. In this context, the aspects of lifelong learning and updating one's knowledge is implicit in for effectiveness of related responsibilities. Faculty has to cater to the learner diversity and also inculcate lifelong learning processes. Ability to prepare the learning resources is another important aspect to provide relevant education in the face of continuous and explosive growth of knowledge. It's important to have capability to guide collaborative learning and also to forge and sustain collaborative links with relevant external institutions. Faculty should be able to develop high-quality research outcomes and capacities, develop proposals for research grants on competitive basis, even beyond the needs of a teaching role as mentioned earlier. Maintaining a steady stream of research publications in journals with high impact factor and undertaking of consultancy activities is an inevitable component of faculty engagement expected. Also, the generation of IPR through research has been a criteria for recognition of the faculty performance. Besides possessing skills in the use of modern tools, the faculty should participate in the academic administrative activities to be able to groom themselves for growth in their careers. All of us are happy to recognize that the National Research Foundation, recommended by the NEP 2020, has now become a reality, with both houses of parliament approving the bill to create Anusandhan National Research Foundation Act 2023. The high level of commitment of the government is evident by the decision of the Prime Minister to chair the apex body, together with two key ministers, the Minister of Education and the Minister of Science and Technology, serving as its deputy chairman, and with the necessary provisions for the Ministry of Finance. Needless to emphasize, NRF is a new support system for creating and nurturing research in the universities. Manifesting an ethical compass in their conduct, the faculty should be able to be a role model for students in matters of values such as sustainable development and responsible citizenship. Openness to new pedagogical practices and learning methods, and developing a wide range of rubrics for assessing the projects as well as experiential activities is the need of the hour. Digitalization and its integration in the learning process has become differentiating factor for institutions, besides their role in value creation and efficiency. There are expectations on faculty to develop innovative digital learning content as well as online courses, MOOCs, and books. They are also expected to deal with a variety of interactive digital learning systems, tools, virtual labs, and simulators. Thus, the faculty transformation as an indispensable factor for implementing NEP, and in particular, in developing a holistic educational outcome for the graduates. Therefore, the multiple dimensions of faculty attributes mentioned hitherto should be the basis for appraisal, development, and rewarding the faculty in the higher education institutions. As we all know, the policy is also unique in terms of the extent and comprehensiveness of consultations involving stakeholders for the grassroots level onwards. Initiated as a consultative process in 2015, the policy formulation was carried out by the TSR Subramaniam Committee and MHRD as a next step. Given the reactions and responses of the public, our committee revisited the entire policy with additional consultations with over 300 institutions, individuals, and groups. The draft NEP 2020 was then subjected to a public scrutiny, which resulted in over 2.5 lakh responses and indicated that 85% favored the policy. These responses were carefully reviewed and appropriately incorporated in the final version. The pre-final version of the NEP was reviewed by some of the leading thinkers in the education in this country who served as peer reviewers of this document. These extensive consultations and their systematic incorporation have ensured the federal and secular nature of our Constitution is reflected in the NEP 2020. In a very real sense, the overall process of the development of NEP was therefore unique. It brought together deep expertise and cutting-edge research with real democratic desires and needs of the Indian people. It's truly a national effort with due recognition of the concurrent nature of the policy in all aspects of consultation and formulation of the policy. I am glad that this is being led by the Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhanji. His leadership is inspiring and is leading a truly rigorous and inclusive effort for a comprehensive implementation of the NEP, both in the school education and higher education. I have known Dharmendra Pradhanji for some time, and I cannot imagine a better leader for this country for the implementation of this transformation in this country. His insights, his real understanding of the ground realities, and his simplicity are remarkable. And with the inspiring leadership of our Prime Minister right at the helm, I am sure together we will transform our country. The present era is full of transformative developments in various aspects of human endeavor. Besides extraordinary developments such as AI and ML, which is shaking the very edifice of the society in its characteristic and functioning, there are also developments such as that the humanity confronts, such as the extreme events like global climate change, pandemic, pockets of severe poverty, and political instability. Education has been always at the center of humanity, which has guided our evolution over millennia with its positive impact. The problems are complex, and corresponding solutions are equally complex. An educational system guiding the societal responses to various demands obviously will have its own special needs and unique challenges at many a time. It is no cakewalk. It's against this background that we have to see NEP 2020. It can place India on the highest pedestal of knowledge and wisdom across the globe. Against this perspective, let us move forward with the courage of conviction. Let the University of Delhi, under the visionary leadership of its Vice Chancellor, be the torch bearer in this great step forward. I wish you the very best. Thank you.
Respected Sir, with deep gratitude, we all thank you for enriching our perspective. Moving towards the end of the program, I would like to invite respected Registrar, University of Delhi, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Namaskar. Most respected Padam Vibhushan, Honorable Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan Sir, Chairperson, National Steering Committee for National Curriculum Framework, former Chairman ISRO at National Education Policy Committee, most respected Professor Yogesh Singh Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Delhi, Professor Balram Pani, Dean of Colleges, Professor Shri Prakash Singh, Director South Campus, Professor Payal Mago, Director Campus of Open Learning, Professor Pankaj Arora, Dean Faculty of Education, Professor Rajni Abi, Proctor, Chief Executive Officer, Institute of Eminence, Dean Academic Affairs, Dean Admissions, Dean Planning, Chairperson, Cultural Council, distinguished guests present in this inaugural ceremony of the Faculty Induction Program, Deans of the faculties, Head of the departments, Principals of the colleges, Directors of the centers, my beloved colleagues in the administration, and most importantly, the newly recruited faculty members of this university and colleges. आप सभी का दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से तथा मेरे व्यक्तिगत ओर से इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन व ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं. I feel that the implementation of the National Education Policy 2020 in the centenary year of the University of Delhi is in itself a historic phenomenon in the academic history of this great nation that is Bharat. No education policy can succeed without wholehearted, purposive, and meaningful contribution of the faculty members of any academic institution. Therefore, University of Delhi is no different in this aspect. I am confident that faculty induction program conceptualized by our university will go a long way in shaping the pedagogical imperatives in higher education and will act as a national model for emulation by all higher education institutions. It is a matter of immense pleasure, pride, and privilege for me to stand up before this august audience comprising of more than 3,500 newly recruited faculty members of this university and its colleges who are beaming with positivity, dedication, and determination to constructively contribute to the already rich academic repository of this university. I am sure that your hard work and perseverance, happiness and kindness, knowledge and wisdom in imparting quality education will act as a catalyst in galvanizing the youth of our youthful nation and to act as messengers of education, peace, and prosperity across the globe. I feel that while disseminating knowledge, a teacher should also teach lessons of life, encourage creation of knowledge, show the path of wisdom, help them develop a worldview going beyond the mundane of curricular framework, develop a knowledge society, a knowledge economy, ultimately develop a responsible citizenry responsive to the needs and aspirations of the community, society, and nation at large. Taking the demographic youth advantage at this juncture, a population of 1.4 billion means 1.4 billion minds, the majority of which is young and ready to propel itself in the trajectory of personal growth, professional growth, and ultimately national growth. I believe that the teachers are required to channelize this abundance of brain energy of this youth population in the right direction to help Bharat reach its peak in every walk of life among the global community of nations. I would like to convey my heartfelt regards for the insightful and inspiring address by Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan Sir, the chief guest on this commemorative occasion. Sir, I am sure that your far-reaching thoughts and ideas will always encourage us present here and also those seeing you through virtual mode to choose the right path of knowledge and right pursuit of life and in effect become responsible citizens of this mother of democracy on earth. I would like to convey my deep regards to our most respected, revered and beloved Honorable Vice Chancellor for his continuous mentorship, seminal contribution in conceptualizing and implementing this noble initiative of faculty induction program, which I am sure will go a long way to help in implementation of National Education Policy 2020 in this university. Sir, I am sure that your words of wisdom and worldview on education and mentoring youth, youth empowerment, and nation building will always encourage us to do good to the university, to the society, and the nation at large. I would also like to thank Professor Balram Pani, Dean of Colleges, and Professor Shri Prakash Singh, Director South Campus and Chairperson Faculty Induction Program Committee, Professor Payal Mago, Director Campus of Open Learning, for their constructive support and continuous guidance, without which this noble initiative would not have seen the light of this day. I am also thankful to Professor K. Ratnabali, Dean Academic Affairs, for taking forward smooth implementation of National Education Policy 2020 through Undergraduate Curriculum Framework 2022. My heartfelt thanks to Professor Hanif Gandhi, Dean Admissions, for flawlessly implementing the admission policy at UG and PG level based on common university entrance test, which was one of the key recommendations of the National Education Policy 2020, One Nation, One Test. My sincere thanks to Professor Pankaj Arora, Dean Faculty of Education, and his able team of faculty members, primarily consisting of Professor Vandana Saxena, Dr. Sandeep Kumar, and Dr. Subhash Chandra. Other faculty members, students, research scholars, and officials of Faculty of Education for their relentless efforts in conceptualizing and implementing this historic initiative of Faculty Induction Program at every step, going in the minutious details to ensure that this great teacher-oriented academic endeavor of this university becomes a grand success. I would like to convey my sincere appreciation to Professor Rajiv Gupta, Chief Executive Officer, Institute of Eminence, Professor Sanjeev Singh, Dean, Faculty of Technology and Director of the University Computer Center, Shri Girish Ranjan, Finance Officer, Shri Anupam Shrivastava, Chief Engineer and his team, Professor Rupam Kapoor, Secretary Garden Committee and a team of gardeners, Professor Alka Nagpal, Dean, Faculty of Music and Fine Arts, and the faculty members and students of the faculty for their critical involvement at the conceptual and implementation level of this initiative. I would like to convey my appreciation to Joy Chanda, Joint Registrar, and Shri Sandeep Sharma, Assistant Registrar, and his team, officials from the security, sanitation, and support team for their continuous support and involvement around the clock, without which this program could not have been successful. At the end, I would like to convey my sincere gratitude to all the dignitaries and distinguished guests sitting in the audience and joined online, and especially the newly recruited faculty members for your overwhelming response in participating in this grand inauguration of the Faculty Induction Program. I am confident that your enthusiasm, zeal, and commitment will propel our university towards a glorious future during Amrit Kaal of our independence. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Here is a small announcement. At the end of the program, head of the departments, dean of the faculties, and principals of various colleges are requested to join us for the refreshment on the first floor. And participants are requested to kindly join for the refreshment near the exit gate at the back. Now we request everyone to kindly stand for the national anthem. Thank you.
Hello.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
मातरम।